Hello everyone, it's Regan, and today I am coming at you with a handful of one-layer cards, including the new Simon Says stamp, June 2018 stamp from the card kit. This does not include the card kit. So first I'm just showing you guys the card bases I'm going to be using. All of these are from Hobby Lobby, the ones that I'm currently showing you. I decided to go for some pastel colors to do some fun tone-on-tone inking. And then this one is a card base from Joann's. Everything will also be linked below, as well as I have some Nina 110-pound card bases made top folding and side folding. So this is the new Simon Says stamp set. So this is the large flower with a handful of small flowers. You have a lot of really great large sentiments. Happy, loved, beautiful, joy. You have some really great smaller sentiments to really pair with that. And you can kind of make endless cards and really kind of use these sentiments for other cards as well. So I'm just really, really, really intrigued with this kit, to say the least. Okay, so first I'm going to be showing you guys these one-layer cards, but I'm going to be stamping with black ink. So I'm going to be using a Misty for this, just because this is a really large stamp, and I feel like it's a lot easier for me to stamp it this way because it's going to take a lot to stamp onto these card bases. So I'm just kind of setting this up in kind of the way that I want. I want it kind of coming from the top and kind of, falling to the bottom of the card. That way there's a good open spot for a sentiment. The ink I'm using is Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. This is my favorite black ink that I own. It stamps excellent. Because this is a large stamp and because it is very intricate and has a lot of fine detail, um, it's better to double stamp this because it's really not going to stamp great the first time. So there's what it looks like stamped. Now I'm coming in with one of those card bases from Hobby Lobby. This is a light baby pink color. I decided to throw this black on here because I thought it would give a really great contrast and kind of look very chic. And it doesn't take too much to stamp on these card bases. I really don't think they stamp that bad. Now I'm coming in with a top folding card, and for some reason I was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this, and I was like, oh, well, it's not placed in the right spot. So now I'm just going to place this in the spot that I want it on this top folding card. Again, just up on the top, kind of falling to the bottom so that the sentiment has a great place to stamp. Coming in again with that Simon Says Intense Black. I really like the look of this top folding, so I went ahead and stamped another one because, why not? Never hurts to have extra cards. Now we're going to start with some tone-on-tone stamping. Now you can do tone-on-tone stamping with straight up Versamark ink, but today I'm actually going to be using inks that I have that match these cards best. So for this first one, I'm going to be using that kind of pale pistachio green color, and I'm going to be using Hero Arts Mint Julep. This color works excellent with this, but as you can see, I did test my card or my stamp, or I attempted to, and black did not come off, but a lot of black did come off onto this a little bit, but there are spots where you can actually see that it's the green, and I really do think it looks well together. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp and stamp it. And it looks really, really, really dark, but it will dry to a really nice, faint, soft tone on tone. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this an extra time just to finish off those fine details. And there's what it looks like finished. Now I'm going to be using that baby blue note card. Oh, I love this note card. And I'm going to be coming in with Altenews Dewdrop dye ink. This ink is absolutely perfect and matches this card base to a T. It is absolutely beautiful stamped on there. It's really, really hard to tell because it's so faint, but gosh, it is gorgeous. Now time to pick our sentiments and emboss them. So I'm going to show you guys the embossing powders I'm going to be using. First off, I'm going to be using some Simon Says Stamp Ultrafine Gold, Simon Says Stamp Steel Navy, Ranger Silver, and Wow Mint Macaroon. I decided to kind of go a little different with this. I'm kind of add different random fun colors in here to make those sentiments pop a little bit more. So for these four, I'm going to stamp all of the sentiments in the Simon Says Stamp Ultrafine Gold Embossing Powder. I'm going to start off with the lavender card base. I'm going to pick Love and Hugs. And did I pick On Your Day? I'm going to do Love and Hugs On Your Day. Now it's going to struggle here for a second trying to get these set together. And then I'm just going to end up giving up and just putting them on the block because they're new stamps. Of course they're going to stick to my fingers. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that small sentiment on there because it's a little bit easier than trying to set it down on my workspace. So I'm going to stamp it with Versamark ink, and I'm going to coat it in that gold embossing powder. I have a lot of fingerprints, so I'm going to have to dust a lot of that off and get it cleaned up. And there's what it looks like hand embossed. Now on to the baby blue note card. I'm going to be stamping Wishing You Joy. I feel like this is a really good card to send to someone if they've had a baby boy or they're going to have a baby boy. just because it's very soft, very subtle, still gives the mom a good feel, but still also gives that kind of boy effect with the blue. I don't know, it just really came off to that way to me. So I'm going to stamp again with the Versamark and emboss it in that gold embossing powder. Now I'm going to come in with the green, and I'm just going to pick that happy, that really pretty kind of outlined, and I'm going to pick Sending Lots out of Happy, and I'm going to stamp that with Versamark. I'm also not trying to line up all these sentiments. I kind of want them to just be set random on these card bases just because it's so simple. I don't want it to be perfect. I just want it to look a little clean. And there's that one heat embossed. Now I'm going to be picking the You Are Loved, and I'm going to be stamping it on that baby pink note card. And I'm just going to stamp it with some Versamark and coat it in that gold embossing powder. Obviously I failed to show you guys that, so obviously I'm moving on to different cards. Here I'm having to get my Misty out because I chose a larger sentiment than I had a block, so it was easier for me to get my Misty out and stamp with it. So the sentiment that I chose is You Are So Beautiful and Kind. The beautiful is in that outlined kind of type. I'm going to coat it in that Wow Mint Macaroon embossing powder, which is a gorgeous light baby blue embossing powder with some like white specks in it. I don't know, it's really unique, very fun. There it is, finished. Now on to another card. I'm going to be stamping this again with Versamark ink. Now I messed up on this card because I coat this in a really pretty Ranger Silver embossing powder, and it literally gets everywhere. Like, I have no idea how it got all over this card. It literally took me probably 20-30 minutes to clean it up. As you can see, I had to cut out so much video, so I kind of try to speed through here and get rid of most of it, but oh my gosh, there it is finished, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm coming in with the last card, and I'm going to be using my favorite sentiment, which is the You Are a Treasure to Me. I absolutely love this sentiment. I think it's great for the inside of a card, outside of a card, envelope, whatever. It's perfect. Stamping it with Versamark ink, and I'm going to come in and emboss it with that gorgeous Simon Says Stamp Steel Navy embossing powder. And again, I somehow have managed to get it everywhere. Then there is the card finished. Now we're moving on to the bonus card. I accidentally forgot to do this until like when I was kind of finishing up. I was like, oh crap, well, I'll just do this as a bonus card. So I'm just going to show you guys how I'm going to stamp that whole floral cluster as well as the sentiments in one ink. You don't have to heat emboss with this, or with this technique. You can stamp with just that ink, and again, it gives that really soft look. So I'm picking out the sentiment that says wishing you joy on your day because this is a really pretty note card and it's a very cream kind of nude color, and I thought it would be a really great stamp for to send to someone who is getting married or if you were going to their wedding. I'm going to be stamping this with Simon Says Stamp Barely Beige ink. This is a great ink for no line coloring, but I'm just going to use it to give a soft, subtle look on this note card. For this sentiment, I chose Wishing You Joy on Your Day because I thought this was a really great card and kind of look to send to someone if they were getting married. So there is the finished card. I think it's absolutely adorable. I'm going to come in and stamp the envelope a little funky. I kind of got inspired a little bit. It didn't really turn out how I wanted, but that's okay. I'm still going to send it out anyways, and I'll probably try different ways to stamp it. Again, I am stamping with that Barely Beige ink onto that envelope flap. And for this one, this is the only one I added crystal drops to. This is Sea Breeze because it didn't really give much of a color. I should have colored the inside of it and then put the drops over it, and I think it would have given a better look. Um, so I just kind of left those alone. So now I'm going to stamp the envelopes. I decided not to go really crazy with it. I'm just going to do really simple stamping on the front of the envelope just to kind of give a really subtle look where you put the recipient's name at. For a few of them I use the open flower, and then a few I use some that are kind of more directional and kind of gives a look of it's facing more of the recipient's name, and I thought it gave a really good fun look as well. For all of these, I used the same colors that I used on the Tone on Tone. So for this one, again, I used the Dewdrops. For the green, I used Mint Julep. And for the purple, I used Soft Lilac. For this pink one, I actually have to search through my stash to see what color fits best, and that was Altenew Frosted Pink. It actually turned out to be a little too light, but it's a good, nice, soft, subtle look, and you can kind of see it on there, and I don't mind it too bad. And for this last envelope, I come in with Altenew's Galactic Stream, and just stamp it on the same piece that I have on all the other envelopes. Now time to show you guys the finished cards here. I have a bunch. I have this beautiful blue one that says wishing you joy. It was the tone on tone stamp. I have the You Are So Beautiful stamped in that gorgeous mint macaroon embossing powder. The Sending Lots of Happy on that really pretty green. That gorgeous baby pink with that golden black, You Are Loved. I think that looks so chic. And a gorgeous 11 hugs on your day on that really great lavender note card. And my favorite, You Are a Treasure to Me. I love that sentiment and I love that card. And then the Happy Birthday Beautiful, which I paired with a silver envelope from Michaels. And then our bonus card, the Wishing You Joy on Your Day. I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. Everything will be linked on my blog, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.